Next, we're on question number 14 of the problem solving section, Official Guide 2015. Here we have an inequality where absolute value of y minus 1/2 is smaller than 11 over 2. Now, since y minus 1/2 is an absolute value, what this sign means is that the value is in between the negative and positive values of 11 over 2. So if I rewrite that, we have negative 11 over 2, and then y minus 1/2, and this is smaller than 11 over 2. So if we add 1/2 on all sides, we get negative 11 over 2 plus 1/2. Now this is smaller than y, and this is also smaller than 11 over 2 plus 1 over 2. So now we have negative 5 smaller than y, and this is smaller than positive 6. Now, if we look at the options, option C fits in the range perfectly. So C is 11 over 2, which is positive 5.5. So it suits in the range of y. However, if we look at choice B, which is negative 11 over 2, so this is minus 5.5, so this cannot be our answer. So our answer for this question is choice C.
Now let's take a look at Official Guide 2016, PS number 17. Before solving this question, you have to know a simple mathematical rule, which is n root of a to the power of n is either an absolute value of a or just an a. This happens when n is an even number, and this happens when n is an odd number. So for example, cube root of negative 2 to the power of 3 is just negative 2. But square root of 2 to the power of 2 is an absolute value of 2, which is 2. Likewise, square root of negative 2 to the power of 2 is an absolute value of negative 2, which is 2 again. So looking at the question states k squared is same as m squared. So if we take square root of both numbers, we get square root of k to the power of 2 equals square root of m to the power of 2. So since 2 is an even number, we get an absolute value of k equals to an absolute value of m. So the correct answer choice is E.
Next, we're on the Official Guide 17, PS question number 23. So we have Makoto, let's call it M, and Nishi, we'll just call him N here. And finally, Ozuro, let's call it O. Now the question says M plus N plus O equals 780. Now if you read the question, it says the amount they received is directly proportional to the hours they worked. So M to N to O, the ratio, is equal to 15 to 20 to 30. In other words, we could say M equals 15K and N equals 20K and O equals 30K. So N plus O is equal to 15K plus 20K plus 30K. And this was equal to 780. So the sum of the three is 65K, and this is equal to 780. So if we divide it by 65, K is equal to 780 over 65. And if you do the math, this is 12. So the question was asking for M. So M was 15K. And since we have K, which is 12, we can get 180. So the answer for this question is choice D.
Now let's take a look at Official Guide 2016, PS number 18. The question gives a figure, and we can draw a figure like this, a line like this, and another line that goes down like this, and another one like this. And the figure shows that this is a right triangle, and P is right here, Q is here, and R would be here. And the distance between P to Q is 8, and Q to R is 6. So the distance traveled by Mary is 8 miles plus 6 miles, which is 14 miles. And we also can calculate the distance traveled by Ted using Pythagoras theory. And that'll be 10 because 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 10 squared. So the distance traveled by Ted is 10. And the distance between Mary and Ted would be 14 minus 10, which is 4. So Mary traveled 4 miles more than Ted. So the percentage difference, like the question asked, would be 4 over 10, which is 0.4, and that'll be 40%. So the correct answer choice would be B.
Right, we're going to look at question number 15 from the PS section in the official guide for GMAT 2015. Now for this question, we're going to use the Ivy approach. Now this approach involves dealing with fractions and multiples. When you get fractions such as this question, take the denominators first, and then calculate the least common multiples of those denominators. The least common multiples. So first, the denominators are 2, 3, and 10. So the least common multiple of 2, 3, and 10 equals 30. Now John spent a certain amount of money in a supermarket, so let's call the money, the total amount of money he spent, 30M. Because whatever amount of money he had in the beginning, it will be divisible by 30, because that's the least common multiple of the denominators, right? So first, on fresh fruits and vegetables, John spent 1/2 of the money. So that is 30M times 1/2, which equals 15M. And next, he went on to buy meat products. And how much did he spend here? 30M times, he spent 1/3. So 30M multiplied by 1/3 equals 10M. And then he went on to the bakery products. He spent 1/10. So 30M times 1/10 equals 3M. So let's look at how much he spent so far. If you add all this up, you get 28M. So this is the amount he spent before going on to spend the remaining $6. So the total amount of money he had initially was 30M, and the amount he spent so far on these three products are 28M, which equals 2M, and 2M was $6. So we can calculate how much M is. M equals $3. And 30M should equal $90. 30 times 3 equals 90. So the right answer is choice C. Now remember this IV approach because it reduces the chances of you making a mistake.